Hello there, Ray here, and welcome back to another snapshot review. We're looking at the newest one. This is 1.16 pre-release 5, and they're getting ever so close to coming out with the full release. One thing I noticed is that the snapshots continue to reset your settings, no matter what you have them at, keep going back to default. Every time you have to turn everything back up or off or whatever, however you like it. So hopefully they fix this for the full release. So in this 5th pre-release, the main thing they did is they added a warning if you try to run the super high graphics if your system can't really handle it. These are for known graphic drivers. So if you choose this fabulous graphic setting and you get a warning, it means that your driver could potentially have some rendering issues with it. And if it is problematic, it'll also give you some information about the details of what's actually causing the problem. Now you can ignore this warning, but you might just notice some graphical issues. First change that they made with pre-release 5 is that iron golems will no longer spawn inside of non-full blocks. This means when the game would try to send them in, it would put them right inside of like slabs or fences. This meant if you like slabbed area, it wouldn't actually prevent iron golems from spawning there. Because as long as there was a solid block below, it kind of ignore those blocks on top. And this is why in my iron farm, I had to make sure that there was no solid blocks underneath of anything that we didn't want them to spawn on. Now this change won't actually affect any of my iron farms because I already designed them so they wouldn't spawn inside of blocks to start with. But some of my old iron farms, like the one I designed for 1.14.3, which is a super tiny iron farm, had them actually spawning inside of blocks. That farm doesn't even work in newer versions. If you guys are looking for a really simple farm or a really fast farm, I have 2 different videos which I'll link below. It's still working with 1.16. And they also made a change so that villagers will run away from zoglins because they are a hostile mob very similar to zombies who try to attack them. They also made it so wandering traders will also run away from zoglins. You could use this to your advantage by making wandering traders or villagers run into a certain location. They made a change so that mobs will no longer suffocate in non-full blocks. So stuff like farmland, path block, as well as soul sand did not suffocate mobs, but appears it still does. Now something we did notice is that in these snapshots, mobs were actually suffocating when they were just having their feet inside of a solid block. So if we summon in a villager, don't look like they suffocate anymore, which is good, but they still haven't really fixed this bug. It fixed a problem to do with players trying to set their spawn point by right-clicking a respawn anchor, but if you had something in your offhand, it would both place it as well as set your spawn point. Let's go ahead and right-click it. And now you can see it doesn't use the offhand. Instead it just sets your spawn point. Seems to be some kind of weird bug when you right click a lectern, it shows you book for a split second. Add it so you're now able to pick block jukeboxes that have music items. So if I do control plus middle click, I get a jukebox as NBT tag. Now if I right click this one, I can get the disc out of it. Just as if I right click this one, I can get the disc out. Do the same thing for lecterns. There is a book in this one. It says subscribe. You can go ahead and pick block this and place it on this lectern. And now this lectern will also have the book already in it with all the words in it as well. Very useful for people working in creative when they need to make a lot of duplicates of the same thing. They also fix a bug to do with mobs not pathfinding around lava, as well as holes. So now mobs should probably do a better job at avoiding this stuff. There's a minor problem to do with when shift clicking netherite ingots into your smithing table here, it would put it into the wrong slot. So now you see it goes into the same slot that's indicated for ingots. Now last version they added so that you can use the switch item to offhand key to move stuff around from like containers directly into your offhand with a single push of that button. And for most people this button is defaulted to being F, but people that did change it noticed that the game was switching their controls. And there were some problems when you come here to the search bar and you type in something that had an F. Instead of typing F, it would just switch some stuff around your inventory. And they fixed these bugs. Now in my last video where I reviewed the snapshot, I noticed that there was a problem when you would try to attack a mob while being in crouch. It would briefly set you out of crouch and then back into it. And they actually fixed this problem. It's actually to do with the desynchronization. I really like this seed here because there is a 3 high grass block here, which is kind of crazy. I think if you update this one, yeah, it updates them as well. Now, there was a problem that some small mobs were actually drowning inside of boats. So let's go ahead and we got a cat as well as a baby cat. Both are very small. You can see that this guy's red line is technically in the water. And this guy's red line is slightly above it. But it doesn't appear that either of them are drowning. So good thing to know. Looks like they will not drown. In the last pre-release, they fixed a bug to do with stuff like signs being attached to blocks that consist of 2 blocks, so stuff like doors and signs. But while fixing that bug, they actually made it accidentally have it so that the doors would duplicate as well as beds when they were broken. And now it is fixed. Plus you get back your sign. Now they were doing some changes to how creative players were using and consuming different stuff inside of like buckets or stews. And this actually affected survival players. And when you would drink something like milk, it would actually remove the bucket as well. But now you can see it is fixed once again. Minor problem to do with fire charges being unable to light nether portals when clicked upon the side. And you can see this is working once again. They also fixed a wide range of bugs to do with graphics, how stuff renders, including when player would throw stuff out of their inventory, it would turn black for a brief moment when leaving the player. If you guys notice any other graphical issues, make sure to report it to them, because it seems like they're really trying to handle it at this time. Now in the last snapshot review video, I went over how they re-added so that pigmen can be aggroed by the player and will drop their XPs, as well as continue to constantly be re-aggroed by the satellite guy over here. This meant the Afk Pigman Xp Farms still worked, but while we're testing, we did notice that these guys were not actually dropping any gold ingots. We did a lot of testing during our stream and we could never get them dropping their gold ingots like they used to in the past version. So one of the viewers went ahead and actually wrote a bug report on this, and it got fixed in this brand new pre-release. So now there should be a 2.5% chance of these guys dropping gold ingots. Go ahead and go into our farm here. I'm just going to remove this hopper so no items can go and leave the system. Then I'm going to go ahead and put in some ingots here, and we'll see if any more get added to that. We'll put a bunch of pigmen over here to kill. And then we'll go to AFK spot in survival and hit these guys with a snowball. And hopefully we see another gold ingot appear down in the chest. You can see the guys that spawned in get aggroed. The aggro thing is working and we're getting XPs. XP thing is working. Now last thing to test is just the ingots. Let's go down here and check the hopper. And we can see we did get an extra gold ingot. So yeah, it's now working once again, guys. So all those gold XP farms that I showed you guys in the past should still work. I'll link them down in the description if you're curious. Also, I'll be doing a video about this simple gold and XP setup, which is great for automatic piglin bartering. So make sure you guys are subscribed so you guys will get to have this awesome setup. And that was all the major bugs for pre-release 5, but pre-release 4 also has some interesting ones that I never covered. The biggest change that they did with pre-release 4 is that they tweak hostile spawning rates of Warped Forest as well as Soul Sand Valleys. Now last time they did make a significant change to the Soul Sand Valley as well as Warped Forest, where there wasn't hardly any skeletons or ghast spawning in here or endermen. Now they slightly tweaked it so that you should get a little bit more spawns than it was last time, but it won't be anything like it was at the very beginning. The skeleton spawns got increased here, as well as ghast spawns got a little bit more increased, and enderman spawns got increased in the Warped Forest. I will have to go back to our ghast as well as skeleton farm and see what the rates are actually compared to what it was in the beginning. You guys can look forward to that. Now, I did notice a little bug when you're going in between portals. Your guy's arm kind of like flashes in front of your face, and whatever item you're holding flashes like you were like swinging your hand or something when you're going through a portal. Now in pre-release 4 is a version where they made it so that if you had a sign on a door and you broke the door, the sign wouldn't just disappear. They also fixed it so that fire charges don't create fire on top of other fire, which was happening in the past versions. A fire still has this very small hitbox. You can see it like just way down there. If you like aim above and you try to break the fire, it doesn't work. You have to actually aim at that little hitbox. Now striders do have a chance of having a zombified piglin to ride on top of it when they spawn in. And there's even a chance of a baby zombified piglin to be on top of them. Problem is, when the babies were being placed on top, there was actually an air gap and they weren't properly sitting on them. Now we shouldn't see that anymore. Now, they said they fixed a problem to do with when using floating island buffet type. Go ahead and give it a try. They said they now removed it so you shouldn't see the end stone or the nether rack. And last time they said that, but it wasn't fixed, so hopefully it's fixed this time. Go ahead and give it a look, and wow. Yeah, now it's just stone. That's cool. Hopefully in the future you're able to change this out with some other stuff, but it has all the other like nether features. You choose like a nether biome. They got lava way down here with the nether fortress, all that kind of stuff, but it is an overworld. So hopefully in the future it allows us to tweak this more You can choose like what type of block you want to have for the base, what kind of structures you want to have. But it looks pretty crazy to see like the Bastion here in the overworld. And they still have these random quartz blocks that are inside of here. I guess it's just free quartz. They also fixed quite a few rendering issues, just like in pre-release 5. If you guys still notice problems in these newest snapshots, make sure to write those bug reports as well as tell me down in the comments. So hopefully they get fixed before the full release. But all in all, these two last pre-releases have been kind of small, but they did say that they're going to be releasing a lot of smaller ones, trying to like fix some stuff and then give it out to the Minecraft community so they can kind of look it over and see if they notice any other bugs. And I'd love to hear what your guys' opinions are on these changes down in the comments. Now the developers also said that they're coming to the end of the 1.16 version, and the full release will be out in a couple of weeks. And don't forget guys, I stream Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so you guys can join us in our stream. We'll probably be testing out this new snapshot right after this video goes live, so you guys can click that link down below and join me there. We'll be opening up a testing world, hopping on there and playing around with some stuff. It should be a lot of fun now that they fixed that gold ingot bug that we noticed. You can find all the information how to join on my stream. And as always, don't forget to share this video with your favorite Minecrafters so they can learn about all the changes that are occurring in 1.16, as well as leave a like on the video. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!